Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here. In today's video, I'll be recapping day 5 of the Washington Commanders OTAs, talk about some of the biggest plays, including Terry McLaurin and Emmanuel Forbes battling it out. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and the notification bell as well, and check out Mantis Lead. Okay, so let's start off with a little bit of an injury update / attendance. So Kazmir Allen was out today with a hamstring injury. Gibson did some bike work, but that's it. And Jamin Davis had a knee procedure to clean something up in the off season, and he's progressing as well, doing some side stuff. Same thing with John Ridgeway, and then Leno, Montez Sweat, and Chase Young still not there. Don't expect them to be there the rest of the week, but next week they should be there because it is mandatory. And if they're not there, that's when it becomes an issue. But I don't see them not being there. I really don't. So let's talk about some of the biggest things that happened today. Terry McLaurin and Emmanuel Forbes were battling it out. Looks like Emmanuel Forbes had a pretty good day. Some nice pass breakups against Terry, against Jahan. That's great to hear. Also, some a little bit of a takeaway. Benjamin St-Juste and Emmanuel Forbes have been playing on the slot a little bit. Kendall Fuller hasn't. So that kind of shows you, at least so far, they view Fuller as an outside guy, not the slot. He can play in the slot, but we saw last year they started Fuller and Jackson on the outside and St-Juste in the slot. And then once they moved on from William Jackson III, that is when they moved Benjamin St-Juste to the outside. I think he played well in both spots. But when he's healthy, I would like to see Benjamin St-Juste on the outside. But at the same time, you draft Emmanuel Forbes in the first round. He should be on the outside. You also have Quan Martin who can play in the slot. They've got a lot of guys. They've got a lot of guys that can play there. So going to be very interested to see where they kind of play everyone. That's, for me, that's going to be interesting to see. And let's see. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the biggest plays. So, here's some running back drills you guys can see there. And I'll show you guys a Hal clip later. But Hal, threw a nice pass to Cole Turner for about a 30-yard gain. Also, it was a nice route by Cole Turner. So, looks like those two are developing a good connection. And looks like Cole Turner is having himself a good offseason once again. Just keep in mind, last year he had a great offseason. Then he got hurt and wasn't really the same. So let's see how this translates to the preseason or first even training camp, then the preseason, and then the actual games. Let's see. Cody Barton had an interception off a pass from Howell. Looks like he was targeting Logan Thomas on the play. Can't remember who it was, but I'm pretty sure someone deflected it. Zach Selby says another really good catch from Cole Turner, this time from Brissett, for about a 20-yard gain. And then he said Forbes working against Dotson 7-on-7 drills, broke on the ball and nearly picked it off. And he had the same play against Terry McLaurin, a PBU on a contested pass. So great to hear all those things from Emmanuel Forbes already against some of the top one of the top receivers in the league in Terry, and one of the up-and-coming receivers in Jahan Dotson. And Quan Martin also deflected a Howell pass in 70v7, and Cody Barton dove for the interception. So I guess that was the play. That was the play that I was talking about, where I guess Quan Martin had the deflection, and Barton drove for the interception. So it looks like Quan Martin is having himself a pretty good camp as well. It seems like the first few days of OTAs, we're hearing some good things about him, and then now in this second week of OTAs looks like he's having a pretty good day as well, and we're going to see in the next couple of days as well, when the media is there, how he continues to do. And good to see Cody Barton get an interception. And not great to see Hal, but again, with all these plays, you're going to have some positives and some negatives because it's your team against your team. When it's against the Ravens, then we can really be happy if something happens, because it's happening against another team. Here's some Sam Howell throws. I guess he's throwing to the running back, handing off to the running back there. Brian Robinson rolls out, throws there to some coach. and rolls out again and throws to a coach. So you're just seeing him do a little bit, more than just dropping back and passing like he did there. But the other ones were more move around. Not sure why the clip is not. There we go. Yeah, the other ones were kind of more moving around across the body throws, which you like to see. But here he's just dropping back and throwing to the coaches. And yeah, not going to do too many clips here, but just so you guys can see how throwing some, because I know a lot of people want to see that, and the team is posting a lot of things as well. So that's kind of the clip right there. And then let's see, and Dax Milne had a crazy one-handed catch against Rashad Wildgoose, ran an out and pulled it in with his right hand. Good to see that for sure. Dax Milne had a good camp last year. And the season wasn't great. Had a touchdown, maybe like 80 yards or something, nothing much. And was the returner. I don't know. He's definitely competing for a spot. He's definitely competing a spot and has an upper hand over the undrafted free agent guys. But kind of some takeaways. Emmanuel Forbes continues to impress and wasn't getting interceptions today, but that is fine. I don't know about the other plays, but looks like he was locking up some of these receivers. He's great in terms of breaking on the ball and got 2 pass breakups against our 2 best receivers, and Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson, and almost picked off the one against Jahan. I wish we could see that, and I'm excited when training camp happens so we can really get to see a little bit more and actually go there, and also potentially some fans recording it as well. Another takeaway, Cole Turner continues to impress. One big gain from Brissett, one big gain from, Howell for, total of over 50 yards. So he's looking good as well. And let's see. And then the Kendall Fuller thing, playing on the outside, is very interesting. I'm going to be, interested to see how that translates to the actual season. And they got 4 guys that could start in terms of Benjamin St-Juste, Emmanuel Forbes, Kendall Fuller, and Quan Martin. So we'll see how they kind of use all those guys. And I want to see some of the other tweets from Nikki, and also Sam Howell talked after practice, which was, good to hear that. And, the Commanders are also miking him up so that he can hear himself afterwards and kind of hear how he's commanding the offense. And that is a good idea, I think, and it allows him to hear himself and, maybe make some more adjustments to how he speaks. Cam Curl was observing team drills from about 30 yards out, was doing individual drills. Again, love to see that he's there, even though it is a contract year. And in comparison, to Montez Sweat and Chase Young, Cam Curl has not made much money in the league compared to those guys. I mean, he's made, I don't know, maybe a couple million, maybe 2 to 3, maybe like 3-ish million versus maybe, I don't even know, maybe not even that, versus Chase Young, who's made many, many times that amount. So, it's interesting to see those 2 different approaches. We'll see which one works out. Maybe both of them end up working out, but I just thought that was interesting right there. And I want to go over some of the comments that, the players and Ron had. Let's see. Eric Bieniemy again being vocal, too many balls on the ground. He yells after Forbes breaks up another pass, that time to McLaurin. So not sure if that's Howell's fault or McLaurin's fault. And then overall, though, Matthew Paris says Howell's been really sharp today, including a great over-the-top ball to Turner. We talked about that second part right there, the breakup. And some more insight on Bieniemy. He made Brian Robinson redo his pre-snap motion. Then after he did it correctly, he made the offense do it again. Simple S. This is the S that's going to win games. I love that. The extra stuff, making sure you're doing it perfectly in practice so that you can translate that to the game. That is something that I'm very certain that Scott Turner did not do. Very, very certain Scott Turner did not do that. Or maybe he did it, but not nearly to the extent that Eric Bieniemy, has done it and did it in the past. I think we've heard he's kind of a perfectionist, especially in these meetings, wants to make sure everything's perfect. So, so far that's kind of what's been happening. And I think that's pretty much it. Nothing crazy today, but got some big plays, and looks like Hal had another decent day. Cole Turner balled out, Emmanuel Forbes balled out, and Kendall Fuller playing on the outside. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.